Hi there, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Travel Marketing Town Hall. I'm excited to see you. Today is Saturday, September 6th, and I will be answering any questions that you have about your travel business at all. So if you are watching on the replay, you need to watch on the live because then I can answer your questions. And if you are watching live and you have any kind of a question about growing your travel business, about looking for new clients, about marketing, then this is absolutely the place for you to be. So before we get started, I got a couple of little housekeeping things that I am going to run through with you very, very quickly. And if you have any questions about any of these, just reach out, email us, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. The first thing is website in a weekend. We are fully booked for the 2 days that we are offering it. It's actually a website in one day. You'll come in, learn how to build out your website. We'll have the complete framework done for you. It'll be like a fully framed house, and you basically get to come in and put the finishing touches on it so that at the end of the day, you will have a website that is truly on brand for you. We're talking copy, images, everything. You're thinking, how are you going to do that? We have done this many times before for over 200 travel advisors and agents. So if you have not signed up, reach out to us because we can still add a couple of seats to each one. There are 2 dates in October. There are payment plans, but if you're looking at your website now and you're like, no, this is not it. This is not matching the type of business that I want to have. Come and do this because it's not something where you need to put in weeks of effort leading up to it, weeks of effort leading out of it. It is a formulaic experience. We know exactly how to do it so that you will leave at the end of the day with a completed website. So we have 2 versions of it. We have a full website in a weekend where you leave with a 5-page website. This is our condensed, compact, do it in one day version. It's a smaller website, but let me tell you, people are doing in our community 2 million plus a year in sales, just solo advisors, easily 6 figures in commissions with this website. This is the website to have if you do not like your current website and if you don't have the need for a super complex website but still want a high converting one. So please reach out to us. We can add a couple of more spaces to one day and maybe both depending. So that's really important. The second thing to let you know, of course, is that our Authentic Escapes curated collection of advisors will open very shortly. And this is something that you don't want to sleep on in the beginning. And the reason I say that is because so basically what it is, many of you know, not everybody, that I have a brand new travel show coming out. It'll be late this year or early next year. Season 1 is completely done. We're in the middle of season 2 now. It is focused on culturally curious luxury travelers. That is the audience. So if that's the audience that you serve, lean into this. There has never been in history a television show that airs either on in-flight, on planes, cruise ships, streaming, broadcast television. Never, ever been a show in the US that guides people from watching a TV show and turning them from a viewer into a visitor. And that is the goal of this show. So the website, AuthenticEscapesTV.com, you can go check it out if you want to. AuthenticEscapesTV.com, obviously, we want to have the full funnel experience that will help viewers go from viewers to visitors. So what does that mean exactly? If they're watching an episode on Egypt or Istanbul or Vienna, Austria, or anywhere really, that we encourage them in the episode multiple times, head over to the website. You can match yourself with a professional travel planner. You can we say hire because everyone who is listed in our collection charges planning fees. It's a requirement, which is great because that means that you're not having to break the news to them, we do. But basically there are multiple places that you get featured regardless of the type of niche that you have. One is on the all professionals page where people can just click and match themselves. They can filter by type of travel. So by family travel, by safari, by adventure travel. You have a beautiful profile page built out. We'll be sending you out a video on that this week. If you did website in a weekend or you were a website client of ours, we're actually going to give you a little bit of a head start, and I'll tell you why we're doing an early sign up window for you and why you want to take advantage of that. But you'll also be featured, say, for example, you specialize in family travel. If someone clicks on the family travel page, the family travel advisors will pop up. Say, for example, you also have your certification, destination certification for France. You'll feature on the France destination guide as well. So think about it from a consumer perspective. It's really great because whether you're family travel, looking for a vacation to France, or perhaps just watching the episode on Paris, those are all the places that somebody who is a travel planning professional, who does specialize in family travel, who does have their destination certification for friends, will show up. It's multiple places. And of course, all of the television traffic we drive to this website. So where on the page do you get listed with lots of travel advisors in our community and around the US, Canada? It is a first come, first serve. So our first, I want to say like 8 advisors came on board this week. And what that's done is that's guaranteed them the spot in their niche. And also, if they have destination training on that destination as well. And that basically, they guaranteed that spot until they decide to leave. If they decide to take a break in maybe 2 or 3 years' time, then when they come back in, they would go back in at the next spot on the list, not at the top. So you definitely want to take advantage of that in the very, very beginning to make sure that you get listed as high as you possibly can on your niche page, whether that's river cruising, ocean cruising, family travel, whatever it is. We have you pick 3 of your strongest, most important niches. So all of that will come out to you in email this week. Website in a weekend, our VIP website clients, we're going to give you about a week head start, maybe half a week to a week head start, so you can jump in, fill in your application form. There is a bunch of criteria. Like I said, you have to have a host agency or your independent certifications. You have to have a niche. You have to charge planning fees. It's all part of the curated experience that we're looking for. We want you to have really great traffic to your website. We want you to have a really great presence online. And that leads me to the last and final point about it. It was interesting when I was talking to some advisors this week, somebody said to me, Sandra, this is the first place that I'm actually featured outside of my business, the first place outside of my own website, the first place outside of my own social media. It feels really good because someone else is saying, hey, go book with this person, go plan your travel with this person. So I think that that's really cool. Okay, if you have a question, go ahead and pop it into the comments. Totally happy to pick up your questions there. I have a question to get us started this morning. This is a quick 30-minute in and out coaching call, but please pop your question in and I hope to be able to get to it for you. So our very first question is from Robert, and Robert says, Sandra, I am trying all the things. I'm posting on Facebook on my personal profile. I have a website and I've told all my family and friends. And yet here I am 2 years in the business and still not getting bookings. I see my friends go on a vacation and they're not using me. Ouch, Robert, that's hard. That's really, really hard. Firstly, all those feelings that you have, super normal, super normal. I would feel that way as well. I would feel that way if I had friends, for example, who were travel advisors and they were going and having their websites designed by somebody else, or they were doing them themselves. A little bit different because if they're just starting out, then I totally get that. They might not have the budget for it, but yeah, I get that. It'd be like if we're running a friends and family group to Egypt in June next year. It'd be like if I saw one of our friends and family decide to go out to Egypt on their own next year and not join us. So it's a very valid feeling that you have. So I want to talk through a couple of things. Let me write down some notes. The very first thing is your advertising and promotion of your business. And I'm specifically saying this separate to marketing of your business because I feel like the word marketing doesn't really click for most people, or it just feels like one big broad brush stroke. So we're going to say specifically the advertising and the promotion of your business. Advertising and promotion of your business. There is no advertising and there is no promotion, Robert. So you told me that you are posting in your Facebook group, in your Facebook profile. So that's your personal profile. That is not advertising or promotion. I know it feels like it is because you're like, hey, friends, I have a travel agency. I'm a travel advisor, a travel agent. Come and book with me. This is the kind of travel I book. Maybe you're putting up some inspirational posts. But that's really just letting your friends and family know. It's not a broader push out to the community. So say, for example, I always like to give analogies because I think sometimes we're so inside of this that we can't see it ourselves. But say, for example, you owned a restaurant, you opened a cafe down the street. There's a really nice cafe in my neighborhood that opened up. It's called Eat Real. If the owner of Eat Real decided she put all her money into it. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's got a couple of small kids, and I think this must be a dream business for her. It's such a cute cafe, really good food, really nice vibes. For being out on the outside of LA, we tend to get a lot of the chain things up here, like the Starbucks and everything. So to have this independently owned, beautiful little cafe is amazing. So this area that we live in is maybe 350,000 people. It's a relatively affluent area. So I would say not the whole city up here, but I would say maybe at least probably half would be her target audience. If she posted on her Facebook profile, hey, I've opened my new cafe, I can tell you what she's going to get. She's going to get a ton of friends and family say, congratulations, well done. I don't know her name. So say, for example, her name's Rachel. They say, Rachel, congrats. This is so exciting. Can't wait to check it out. Cafe looks so cute. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Some emojis, some gift files. She'll get all of the praise, all of the celebration, because these are her friends and family. And she's posted on her friends and family account. Now, of all of Rachel's friends and family, how many people actually live in the area? Probably not that many, unless she was born and raised here and all her people live here, which is not really the case very much for this part of the city. Usually it's people moving up from Los Angeles proper to get a little bit more space and more reasonable housing prices. And it's more than likely that the majority of the people on her Facebook personal profile may not live in the area that they can just pop in for a coffee or pop in for a meal. So if Rachel only chose to post on her personal feed, on her personal profile, that's not advertising and promotion. That's a notification to her friends and family of something that's happened. No different than the back to school posts that you probably just saw, no different than the happy Thanksgiving post, no different than any of those other posts that we make. They're notifications out to our friends and family. It's not a form of advertising and promotion. So if that's one thing that you've been doing, I'm not saying stop it. I think it's really important. I post on my Facebook profile, not very much because I'm not on there as much, but I will post on there something that is big that we want people to know. So Anthony and I made a post about our upcoming Egypt group trip in June of 26. If I left it at that, I would sell no cabins. I would have no friends and family coming with us because really it's not enough. Okay. So what would a cafe have to do in order to get the word out? So a couple of ideas for you. They could run ads online. So they could run, I'm going to make a little list. They could run Facebook ads. And if you, even if you know that you can't do these things, I want you to write them down. If you're in the same situation and you're struggling and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not doing advertising and promotion. They could run Facebook, Instagram ads where they could actually target people who live within a 10-mile radius or a 50-mile radius of this community. They could take out space, advertising space in a publication, and this could be advertising space. This could be a digital, or it could also be a printed ad. So for example, I picked this up downstairs. This is a local neighborhood magazine that comes out, and it's got, it comes out monthly. Inside of here, when I open up, the very first thing that I see when I open is 2 full-page ads. Right? 2 full-page ads. One is for Henry Mayo, the hospital. The other is for blade-free laser cataract surgery. 2 ads as soon as I open. This is a form of advertising. This is a form of promotion. If Helm Vision Group, the marketing person there, just posted on their personal Facebook profile, that's not advertising. That's not going to get them in the people. This will most likely get them in people. I love the way that they have a QR code on there so people can literally just hold up their phones and immediately have more information on their phone. The next 2 pages, oh gosh, no, I took myself out. The next 2 pages also ads. One is Albright, they're actually the painting company that we use, and the other is the local Mercedes-Benz dealership. Very, very clear. All right. Next page. Oh, we're still in the ads. And we haven't even gotten to the magazine. Now, some people will just skip past all of the ads. They will. But something is going to catch your eye. Something is. So, for example, I see Kenyon Center Shopping Center, and I'm like, oh, this is a clever ad, actually. Check out this ad. This, I haven't seen one of these for a long time. This is what's called a co-op ad. So it's multiple businesses together. But you can see they've gone and said, this is a strip mall. Here are all of the things that are inside this strip mall. And I looked down, and this is my dirty secret. I love KFC. I didn't know there was a KFC there where there's an Aldi. And I've been saying to myself, actually, I probably need to get to Aldi. Food costs are astronomical. And everybody's saying you can still get really good stuff there. But then I see here, oh, there's a tea shop. I didn't know. I love tea. I love drinking tea. I didn't know there was a tea shop. S&S Donuts. That's Anthony's favorite donut place up here. Didn't know there was one there. There's an optical place. Don't need that. A laundry center. Don't need that. China Express. There could be a new Chinese restaurant in there I don't know about. And this is near me. So already this has gotten me like, oh, that's interesting. Should check that out. Then a dentist has an advertisement in here. What's this one? Varicose Veins Clinics, like a med spa. Then there's another one for attorneys to set up your trust. And then finally, after that many pages of ads, we go straight into the contents, the menu in there. So then it starts coming out all of the different writers, a note from the publishers. In this issue, sorry, that's what it is. In this issue, it tells you everything you need in there. There's a full dining guide. So now I'm thinking to myself, this would be the perfect place for Rachel to put her cafe. So she could run ads on Facebook, ads on Instagram. She could put an ad in this local magazine in here. If you were doing a trip, you could put an ad for your entire Egypt trip just in here, or you could just put an ad for your agency in general. If I was going to spend the money, I'd probably just go all in on a trip and do it. But these kinds of magazines, especially because they're local, they can be really they can work really well. Not all magazines do, though. I wouldn't say go out and drop a bunch of money in there. But again, there are ads in here everywhere, and not everybody sees them as ads. A lot of people are going to look at this and see this as, do I need this? No. Do I need this? No. Do I need this? No. And then interspersed in here are articles. So here's the first article page, and it's kind of like an advertorial. It's about a job fair in here. And then next to it is a furniture store ad. So all this to say, if you were looking to promote and advertise your business, you have to ask yourself, am I doing any acts of promotion? Am I doing any acts of advertising? Because what I want you to take off of your list is posting on social media. It's just not a form of promotion or advertising. Running ads on social media is, but posting on it is not. So I would say, Robert, that is your very first task, my friend. It's to sit down and to write a list of all of the possible things that you can do to promote and advertise your business. Go into chat and say, I'm a travel agency. What are some ways that I can advertise and market my business to get it out to people who don't know about it? Give me a list of things that are free and give me a list of things that are paid. Okay, I think that that's a really good thing. You know what? Let's do that now real quick. Let me open chat. Share screen, and hold on, I'll open up chat first. Alrighty, I'm going to share my screen, and this is literally how you can come up with a really good list. Okay, so you can also use voice. So let me try that. Hi there, I am a travel agency and I specialize in cruising. I do ocean cruising, river cruising, and I would like you to help me come up with a list of ways that I can advertise my business and get the word out to people who know about me and don't know about me. Go ahead and put all of the ideas, as many as possible, into a table and do 2 columns, one of paid and one of free things I can do.
Absolutely. I can put together a table of ideas for you. And just as a quick note, you've got a few different roles you're operating in. If you have a specific one in mind for this request, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll jump in with the general set of ideas. Free ways to advertise, pay ways to advertise. Leverage social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. Run targeted social media ads on platforms like Facebook and Instagram to reach specific demographics.
Can you go ahead and just type that up for me, please?
Of course. Here you go.
Okay, so just to give you an idea, that is exactly what you need to do, okay? So I'm going to pop in and just see, finish the list. If you're not using voice, I love voice because I don't know if many of you have used it before. There's two different ways you can use voice, by the way. One could be just to use like dictation. So you just say it and it types it up on the screen. Another one is an actual conversation backwards and forwards. Okay, so already I have in here, I'm just going to try and make this a little bit bigger. I can go ahead and post this in the Facebook group today if you guys want it. And you guys can just go and pick it up. But look at all the free ways to advertise in here and then the paid ways to advertise. Okay, so hey, I want more ideas. I want 20 in each. So there we go. Free ways to advertise and paid ways. Now, then what happens is you can get some ideas at the very end because it'll come back and say, that's 40 actionable ideas. Do you want me to sort these into categories so it's easier for you to pick? Sure. Okay, then it says this way you can make some. Do you want me to prioritize these by return on investment? Which free and paid strategies usually give the best return for travel advisors? Yes, please. So this is the best return on investment. Which ones you're more likely to do, which ones you should do first, then which ones after that, then which ones after that. Okay, so I'm going to close that down. I'll go ahead and post that inside of the Facebook group. But let me know in the comments if that is something that that you need to do or that you could still do for yourself. I think that it's really, really important to I think it's really important to make sure that we understand the difference between advertising and promotion and just posting on social. And I noticed that one of the things that came up on that list first was posting on social media, but it can't be the only thing that you do. Okay, so let me see if are there any questions in the chat? Any questions in the chat? Okay, I have one here from Jennifer. She says, Sandra, is the one-pager website that y'all are doing for Website in the Weekend enough? Ma'am, we have people doing over $2 million, individuals doing over $2 million in sales a year from that one-pager. We have someone in our community that got that one-pager in 2020, and I asked her recently, do you want to do a website refresh? Do you need a bigger website? And she's like, no, I do not. No, ma'am, I do not. Everything is good. Everything is great. I'm super busy. I would need to hire people in order to expand my business, and I'm not ready to do that yet. And I said, okay. So no, I would not. The only type of people that I would say it's not good for are people who already have big websites and would be scaling down a website, and they know that their big website is already working for them. Okay. So let me know if there is anything else. I answered the 2 questions that I had come in this morning. Let me know in the chat if you want a question answered. Now is a good time to do it. When are the Website in a Weekend dates? In October. They're both in October. And we sent out an email. We'll send out another email probably this afternoon or tomorrow. And we can add people definitely to one. And the other one, I might be able to add 1 or 2 more people in it. So let us know. They're both pretty much fully booked. But email us first. Before you sign up, email us first. Okay, anything else? Okay, I think we're all good. It was a quick 30 minutes in and out. I am going to go ahead and post this information that we did, this little thing, chat prompt that I did into the Facebook group. And I'll put the replay for this in the Facebook group so you can watch it as well. But I'll share the link so that you can read what's in there. If you haven't recently sat down and reassessed like how you're advertising and how you're marketing and promoting, I definitely think that should be the #1 takeaway for you today. Okay, so I hope you are all well. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Go and have an amazing weekend, whatever you choose to do. And I will see you very soon. We'll be having another coaching call in the next week or two. I think we're also running a masterclass as well about websites, just some ways that you can improve your existing website if you want to, some little tips and tricks, things that we're seeing that are converting really well. So we'll probably do that at some stage this week. But what we might do instead of having you show up at a very specific time is I might pre-record it. I think a lot of people love that. And then just send it out to you so you can watch it immediately, right then and there. You get the email, click play, and you can watch it right away. And I'll put together some tips of things that on your existing website, if you love your website and you want to keep your website, ways that you can improve your website. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to reach out. And I hope you have an amazing rest of weekend. Bye for now.